Thought I'd give you guys a more detailed look under the hood, and I'll start it up. It's not running right now. This won't be a cold start yet because it is warm. This car did come from the factory with air conditioning, and it did work really good up until about 1.5 years ago, but the compressor stopped kicking on with the button. The light still comes on inside that says AC, but the compressor does not kick on, and I did not try to track it down. So if any of you have driven a Miata before, you know as soon as you turn that air conditioning on, the car loses half of its power. It's almost worth sweating just to have all that power you can get. Yeah, see if you can see the crank down there. Just verify that it is a long nose car. No, it doesn't look like it'll focus. Oh, there we go. All those slots. I'll get a still photo of that as well. And the dipstick handle, there's a finger loop here from the factory, and it breaks on every one of them. It was there when I bought it, but it broke somewhere in my ownership of the car. The car did have cruise control, but I removed it to fit this. There is a cruise control relocator that you can buy to use this and cruise, but I just got rid of it. I'm trying to think of, I mentioned earlier I did the timing belt, water pump, cam seals. All the hoses are new. Plugs and wires are new. This was all done at $118,000. Coolant flush. I can't remember if this radiator is new or not. It says Calsonic on it. I don't think I replaced that. The power steering pump I did replace, and the clutch slave cylinder I replaced. Everything else, to firm these up, all you do is twist, and then this removes if you don't want to keep it on there. So the handle for this one is in the glove box because it's a tight fit on there with this, but this will move out of the way enough just with hand force to get one in there and turn it with no problem. All right, let me turn it on. Okay, we'll cycle the key on. You can see all the lights work, anti-lock and everything. And as you can see, the engine is not cold right now. It does have the factory catalytic converter on it. I do have a Walker muffler on it and the stock manifold. So it sounds good when you want it to, but it also is quiet when you want it to. Again, I'm old and that's the way I like it. She runs pretty smooth. This thing draws a lot of, makes a good bit of intake draw when you give it some gas. Let me get the mic closer. All right. I'll give you a tour of the interior as well. Let me drop this hood here. All right. In the passenger side, you can see that Sony Bodysonic deck. I did put a wood-rimmed wheel on it. It had the original leather-wrapped rim, and the leather was coming apart. This wood is gorgeous. You can get these from Moss Motors for $200. Let me shut it down so it doesn't beep on us. I had these mats custom made from Coco Mat. just made of cocoa fibers. Yeah, there we go. Cocoa mats. I just think the colors tie it all together, especially with the bronze wheels. It looks pretty great. The center console doesn't lock anymore. It looks like the locking bar was broken at some point. These door-mounted tweeters were part of the Sony Bodysonic package. They are not aftermarket. This is that deck that I was referring to earlier. You'd have to rebuild it to enjoy everything it has to offer with the transducers that are still in the seat bottoms. I believe there's a pretty big one here and there's one here. Again, they don't emit sound, but they emit vibration to replicate a woofer. And that's all controlled through this lower portion of the unit here. How much bass thump you want and stuff. Sorry, guys. There might even be a sweet CD in there, I'm not sure. I do have this Kenwood unit rigged up, and I do have a microphone for it here. It works great, plays CDs just fine. The heat works fantastic. Back in Maryland, I drove it in 40-degree weather with the top off, with nothing more than a light jacket and a knit hat. It'll absolutely melt your feet, melt your face if you put it on 4. Headlight retractors work, so you can wink at other Miatas or change a headlight is what its purpose was for. Hazards, no problem. I do have the lighter for this. I've seen everybody do the lighter test. I'm not sure if the lighter... I know it works for my USB port, but it doesn't seem to want to light a cigarette, though. Horns work. There's the cruise control switch, still lights up as you can see. Dimmer. Gauge lights do work. The AC light still comes on. It'll show up there probably. That's about it for the interior. Oh, there was a in these black and tan cars, I always thought that the black top was just a separate black piece, but there's actually a painted black piece. It's tan under here, and the reason I know that is because I was wiping a stain away here with some 409, and the tan, it wiped away the black paint, so I just filled it in with a Sharpie here. You can only tell if you're really looking for it. Although other than that, it's a pretty good fix. Go through the shifter for you here. And reverse. Works great. You can hear that boot. That boot is fresh in the inner and outer, upper and lower, so you can still hear them. They're not super pliable yet, but it doesn't affect the travel. That's about it. I can show you the top. The convertible top is in fair shape. It might even be the original. I'll just show you.
Alright, before I show you the top, I just wanted to show you some wear on the driver's seat that I almost forgot about. It has your pretty common driver's side bolster wear. And what looks like a repaired cigarette burn right there. And some wear creases right there. Quite honestly, I don't ever notice it because when I approach the car, the door's kind of always closed, and then I just open the door and plop right in. But it's there. The other seat, passenger seat, is in really good shape though.
Nice wheels.
Thanks, sir.
Alright, I'll start with the inside of the top. As you can see, underneath has kind of been weathered. Looks a lot worse on video than it does in actuality though.
And some stitching is gone from up here. Believe it or not, I have had it in heavy rain and it doesn't leak. There's enough lip out here to cover it, that it doesn't leak. So the top is watertight, no leaks, but I would not be surprised, and I don't know how to tell if it's original or not. It has this written on it, but I don't know what that means. Anyway, I keep it in the garage all the time. I drive it on a daily basis, and I have gotten caught in rain before, but believe me, the only time it's up is when it's raining or when it's January. And even then, sometimes it's down. Okay, thanks, guys. I'll try to think of anything else that might need shot. I did get stills of these decals. So this is nothing that you can't find in the still section. I believe there's some kind of decal on the other door as well. Yeah, here we go. Not sure what all that means. Does say special edition right here. I don't know if that's just a box that's not checked off, or perhaps it's a leftover 92 special edition without the BBS wheels on it. I don't know.